Hey everyone, welcome to the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Custom Track Showcase for September 2023. If you want to check out the entire series, click the icon or the link in the description. And for once, there aren't any tracks I need to skip out on. So with that out of the way, let's get started. Alright, another month, another set of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Custom Tracks. First one's a track I've been looking forward to for a long time, and I'm waiting to see if we'll ever get into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It is Delfino Square by Sitbar, and you'll see a few Sitbar tracks today, so lucky you lot. But yeah, Delfino Square, definitely one of the more fondly remembered Mario Kart DS tracks when that came out. And it's still been fondly remembered even on, like, you know, the games such as, like, Mario Kart Wii, where the track is maybe not one of the most popular, but definitely, again, one of the most fondly remembered tracks. Like, I have a really big nostalgia for this track. Let's see how the shortcut goes. Nice. Mostly smooth, actually. I like the yachts seen in Toad Harbor, and sometimes in Yoshi Circuit as well, just kind of littering the track. Kind of, you know, as the pier and the harbor kind of suggests. But yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun. I like also the these are the piantas around the edge, kind of like, you know, having that retro feel. It is, I guess, placed on Delfino Island from Mario Sunshine, so I guess that makes somewhat sense. It looks very pretty as well. Like, I love how, because the houses in, you know, DS and like even in Wii look a little bit muddy, I feel like. Whereas, you know, in Mario Kart Deluxe, the houses look crisp. They look just really, just nicely detailed, and I really like that. It's nice to see a track that you have so much nostalgia for and you play when you were a kid. It's nice to see that just, you know, updated and to have it look more modern and, like, more crisp. Like I say, it's really, really cool. But yeah, overall, very good start. It's DS Delfino Square, and that's all we can really say about it. And there's nothing, you know, nothing really to complain about. It's fun to drive. It's very relaxing, I feel like, and it feels near enough how it would be in maybe Mario Kart Tour. It feels very, very fun, and I'm a fan of this. It's a very good start so far. Okay, Vanilla Lake 2, sorry, Remix Vanilla Lake 2, I apologize. I like how it is kind of floating in the air at the very start. That's a, I know that's obviously not meant to be the case, but it's definitely a funny touch. This is a Fevirre track. Fevirre, you guys may know, is somebody who makes quite a lot of retro tracks in this series. He's remade loads of them. This one, I think is quite fun. I like the igloos. I think the igloos are just really, the igloos just look really nice. And they just look quite, you know, it's fun, like having igloos in an ice track. I don't feel like many Mario Kart tracks kind of have that, which is to me a little bit weird, unless I'm like missing a couple off the top of my head. I can't really think of any right now. There are a few issues with this track that are quite obvious. One is that there are some textural issues, like you'll see on the little hills or mountains. I've never known what to call them. I guess like the little like hills slash mountains. There's some flickering textures there. Also, obviously, like driving, you know, just like very nitpicky things like, you know, starting in the air isn't necessarily the best indicator of quality. But like other than that, the track drives fine. Like the track is nice. It's better than the other Vanilla Lake I played a while ago, where just a lot of the textures just weren't even there. It was just like, you know, the lake texture wasn't there, the floor texture I don't think was there either, and there were still the flickery issues with the hills. So it's a nice track. I like the look of it. I like, again, driving through the igloo. That's just really fun, isn't it? Like driving through an igloo is really nice. Obviously, I will never complain about seeing snowmen. It is nearing the Christmas season after all, so I am more than happy to get hyped for Christmas early. I love snowmen, if you couldn't tell. I absolutely adore them. And yeah, there's not really much else to say about it. It's a fairly nondescript Vanilla Lake, and that's fine. It's a fun track to drive, and you know, just fix the textural issues and just like, you know, certain placements of vehicles, and yeah, it will be a pretty good track. Okay, so this is a track that was shown off ages ago, actually. This was 750 Circuit by FunkyRacer, made for his 750 subscriber accomplishment on YouTube, which is, again, congratulations, like, about maybe, I don't know, 8-9 months later. But yeah, I believe what was fixed with this one, I can't honestly remember, but I believe a couple of the turns were fixed, is what they said. So I'm going to give it another shot. It feels near enough the same as it was before. Obviously, as I said in the beginning of the video, if you want to check out the entire series where this track was featured, there will be a link in the description where you can check out not only this track, but plenty of other tracks that have come and gone in this series. I would say we've played at least over, like, you know, 60 different custom tracks. Definitely, like, over that. I'm hoping we can get to maybe 100 different custom tracks made in 2023 by the time this is done, because that would be a really cool achievement to have. But yeah, feels exactly the same as it did before. Not much else has changed. I do like that little effect below, like the stars on top of the start line. I'm pretty sure that's already in Shurbaland, but it's still like a really cool touch to... actually, is it in Shurbaland? I honestly can't remember if it's in Shurbaland or not, but still, like, the multicolored stars on top of the start line, I really like that. That's always fun to see, having the start line mess with a little bit. But yeah, feels exactly the same as it did when I first played it. And yeah, it's a fun track. It's functional, it's fun, and yeah, can't say much more than that, really. We have been gifted another Sitbar banger. If the exploding volcano doesn't set the scene enough, this is GBA Lakeside Park, and it is absolutely superb. Like, it is absolutely unbelievable. I absolutely love this track. Even if it's not, like, maybe it's somewhat similar-ish to how it looked in the original. I haven't played Mario Kart Deluxe in a while, by the way, so if I'm driving horrendously, it's because of that. I have, I'm lacking experience in a Deluxe recently. But the track drives actually really nicely. I absolutely love how this track functions. Obviously, the zipper ramps up top are really cool. It's just, how I like to look at this track is it's GBA Lakeside Park, but with a twist, and if it was more modernized. Which I really, really adore about this track. Also, little Shroomer shortcut. Boom. Love to see it. Let's just curve round here. Dodge the red shell. Boink. Here's one of my favourite parts of the track. Driving through the volcano, which, even in the originals, is something that you never do. Even in, like, custom tracks. Like, in Mario Kart Wii GP, like, you never see this happen. You never drive through the volcano. So, driving through it here is a really, really cool touch that I'm pretty sure, at least from what I've experienced, no one's done that before. It's a 2-lapper as well, which is a nice touch. Track is quite long, so probably for the best that it's 2 laps. And yeah, it is just absolutely phenomenal. I'm in love with this track. It's very, very cool. There is a glider ramp over here somewhere. Yep, there it is. I'm going to quickly drive through the grass and take it. Whee! There you go. Obviously, if you had a mushroom, you'd be able to take it there. And look at that. It just places you. It doesn't place you anywhere stupid. It doesn't place you, like, in a ditch somewhere. It just places you, you know, where it should do, just after the bridge. God, I love this track. And everything, again, everything, even things that maybe shouldn't function, or as well as they should, function really nicely. Those zipper ramps don't feel like they should function as well as they do, but yet they do. This is definitely one of my favourite tracks so far. I absolutely adore it. Can I still hit the Shroomer's Cut even with this? Oh, I can hop over it. That's cool. But yeah, really, really good track. This Sitbar, once again, comes out with something absolutely amazing. And yeah, I cannot wait to play the rest of the tracks today. This is absolutely phenomenal, and I can't wait to see what Sitbar does in the future. Okay, Sitbar definitely has some competition today. This is High Cathedral by Balls HD, who has made plenty of great tracks in the past on this series. And yeah, look at this. This is incredibly cool. I absolutely love this track. Some of you will punch me for this. Also, you can trick off the benches. That's pretty cool. But yeah, some of you will punch me for this. But I did think of Genshin Impact when I saw the cathedral, because in the first area of the game, you can go into a giant cathedral, and it looks very, very cool. This section just looks unbelievable. Look at this. Look at how cool this section is. It's absolutely insane. In time trials, you can take a few, you know, mushroom cuts as well, obviously through the grass. It's obviously very cool. I love the Goombas. They remind me a little bit of Mario Galaxy Goombas. I don't know why. I don't think they're from Mario Galaxy. But they look like something that would come from there, which is pretty cool. But yeah, this track is absolutely stunning. I love the look of it. It feels almost like a Mario Galaxy area, which may have been the inspiration a little bit. But yeah, this is very, very cool. Just look at the size. I also love the the little like Mario and Bowser icons on the front of the building. I absolutely love this. Just the small details all makes this track really cool. There is one criticism I have of the track, which is this section here. As cool as it looks, if you try and go for the coins, sometimes you will, like the bell will get in your way. Also, sometimes that'll happen, and you'll get stuck with the bell because the path for the glider runs into the bell. I think if you change the glider path slightly, you know, and just had it maybe go a little bit further down so you didn't hit the bell, then it would make this track even better. But yeah, it's very nitpicky, and again, cherry blossoms, as you know, are my favourite tree. So seeing plenty of them here obviously makes me very happy. But yeah, other than that, this is a absolutely fantastic track. And yeah, Balls again. He does it again. He creates something absolutely marvellous. And the glider ramp at the end as well is a pretty cool touch. You can go up top as well. This is very cool. Look at this. Look at the organ. Look at the Shy Guy playing the organ up top. That's such a cool feature. Again, it's the little things that I absolutely adore about this track. It feels special. But yeah, all I know is I'm going to have a very tough time deciding what the best track of September is going to be. Because, like, this is a contender for sure. I absolutely love it. Alright, you may recognize this as a winner of a previous entry in the series, Wiggler's Garden. I wanted to showcase this one again, because there were some things that have changed. So, for example, like okay, I'll show you the main thing that changed. I don't really need to show you this whole track again, because not much has changed, other than the fact that it just looks a lot prettier now. Like, it's definitely, I feel like the graphics have definitely been upped on this track since I last played it. But the main thing that's changed, well, first thing, the main thing that needs to be changed is my driving. But the main thing that's changed this track is the turn that I thought was really irritating the first time around has been changed. So that flower there, you used to have to trick off that and drift around the corner. It was a little bit awkward. They fixed that turn, which is a relief, quite frankly, because that was a little bit annoying. You can still go up the side here, which I think is a very funny touch. You can just kind of float in midair. Maybe that's also a wonder effect that Bowser Jr.'s, you know, imploring or putting on this track. But yeah, other than that, the track is basically exactly the same as it was before. As I mentioned earlier, if you want to see this track in action and to see what other tracks that this competed against, go again, check the link in the description for the entire series, running back from December 2022 up to, obviously, the video today, and all throughout the rest of the year. And yeah, it's a very, very cool track. Definitely up their game in terms of the graphics. And yeah, it's very, very cool. I absolutely adore it. Okay, there is a lot going on here. This is the first of 2 Super Smash Pastel tracks we will see today. This is what's called Wii Rainbow Road, the finale. And, oh my god, it's incredibly detailed. I really like the way this track looks. Like, again, it's very bright. The music is very loud. I apologize for the fact that the music's blaringly loud. Let's just see if this all works. There you go. All the boxes up top there. I love just, again, how detailed all the buildings are. It's so cool. They don't have the wibbly-wobbly road there, unfortunately. They just replaced it with a massive glider ramp, which is, you know, fine. For 8 Deluxe, that's fine. Here's the main problem. I think for me, there is way too much going on. I mean, when I played this track the first time, I could only play it for 2 laps, and then I had to stop because it was just so bright. Maybe also tone down the music, like a tiny bit maybe. That would be really helpful. I really hope people can still hear me over the sound of the music. But the track looks really nice. I love the fireworks. I just love the frenetic energy that's going on. All of the, you know, the Mario Kart 64, you know, fireworks, all the characters going on in the background. That's very cool. The buildings with, like, the branded emblems on them. Like, they had the Waluigi Grand Prix logo on one of the buildings, which is really cool. They have a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate poster down there. I don't know if you can quite see that. That's very cool. But yeah, it's extremely cool. I just wish it wasn't as bright as it was, because that definitely will affect a lot of people. But, you know, other than that, the track is very, very fun. Maybe the track, again, this track feels very overscaled. That's another problem with it. It feels huge. So maybe turn it down to, you know, 2 laps. That could maybe help. Again, turn down the music, because the music is unbelievably loud. And, yeah, other than that, it's a pretty cool track. And, yeah, can't do much more than that, really. It's fun. Just turn down the music and the brightness, please. Thank you. So this is an interesting one for me, because I haven't played this on the original. This is Piranha Plant Pipeline by Simaenaga, and it's a track I'm pretty confident is getting into Wave 6. If Wave 6 comes out and this track isn't in there, then I look like a massive idiot. But, you know, I think that this is getting in. I think all the tour tracks are pretty much getting in. But, like, even if this was, like, a completely original track, well, it is an original track, you know what I mean? But, like, even if this is, like, a custom track, I absolutely adore, like, the theme of this. Interesting that there's, it's like, you know, 3DS Piranha Plant Slide, but just, to me, it's better. You know, it feels, you know, a lot smoother to drive than Piranha Plant Pipeline does. Because the one thing with Piranha Plant Pipeline that's a little bit awkward is it sometimes feels like it's not really made for 8 Deluxe, especially, like, some of the turns are a little bit awkward. But yeah, this track doesn't really have any of those problems. I like the split paths as well. The split paths where you can choose between the red and blue pipes are really cool. It reminds me of a custom track. I think it's called Wacky Water Works. It was in my my old Skeleton Pack series on Mario Kart Wii, where you go through all sorts of different pipes. And yeah, it's very, very cool. And also there was, I think, Sewer Passage, another one from Skeleton Pack. Also, going on top of this pipe is a nice touch. Really like that. But yeah, definitely some placement issues need to be fixed. It says I'm in, well, it says I was in last and 9th a while ago, when I was in first. The one thing I would change on this track is maybe either remove the crabs, or just, like, you know, maybe, like, have one of them further out a little bit. Just because that is a little bit, again, I don't know if that's in the original or not, but, like, if it is, maybe not the best choice to re-include it, even if it is trying to be faithful. Just, like, spread the crabs out a little bit, or just get rid of them, because they are, like, quite detrimental on the track. Other than that, it's very, very good, and if it does get in the tour, try to play it officially in Mario Kart Deluxe, I mean. Again, we have a bit of an interesting one. This, I believe, is an original. Look at the mini-map. That's a cool mini-map. This is another Fevirre track. And, yeah, I like how, like, blocky everything looks. It feels kind of retro, in a sense. So this is GBA BC1. Not necessarily the most interesting Bowser's Castle track out there. But Fevirre's definitely made an effort to make it look and feel different. Like, you know, obviously the slanted pathway is a really nice touch. It's just the one problem with this track is it's GBA BC1. And it's not really, it's really hard to make this track interesting. But again, like, Fevirre's definitely done a lot in terms of, like, you know, the fire pillars at the end are really cool. The thwomps around the track add, like, you know, some obstacles to avoid. You know, it's definitely not as short as the first one was. You know, hence why, well, it's also 5 laps. It's still short, but it's not as short as the original one. The original BC1 is extraordinarily short. But yeah, this one's 5 laps. Honestly, since this one's maybe been extended a little bit longer, I would honestly extend this one out to have this one be 3 laps. Also, there's a little shortcut. It's very subtle. I'll do one more lap so I can show you. But behind one of the thorns at the end, there's a little shortcut, like a couple of ramps around there. And I was very confused at first to how you could actually, like, take that ramp, take that shortcut. I thought it was just there for, like, weird decoration. But, like, it's like, it's Chekhov's thwomp, it's Chekhov's ramps. It can't be there for no reason. So, let me just cut in here. I won't be able to take it properly because I don't have a mushroom. I also get one of the double boxes, it would be very kind of them to do, which I don't. But you can see around here, you can take this ramp here. And, like, obviously, you know, it's off-road as well, which is pretty cool. Again, you can't take it necessarily for free. But yeah, it's a cool track, again. Like, Fevirre's done his best to make BC1, like, interesting. I think he's succeeded. It's definitely, again, I still feel like it's not, like, the most thrilling Bowser's Castle, like, setup in the world. But Fevirre's definitely done a lot to make it more interesting. And for that, I can give him a lot of respect for that. Like, it's definitely a lot more fun to drive than, say, the original. I like this track a hell of a lot better than I do, you know, the original version and the Mario Kart Wii version. The Mario Kart Wii version is extremely short. So yeah, well done, Fevirre. You've aced it, this one. Okay, here is another Cooldunin track. A Cooldunin original. The same guy who made Wiggler's Gardens has also made this track, Shyy Ruins. Let's give it a go. I haven't played this one in a while. I remember being really excited when I first saw it. First off, I can say I love the village. The village is extremely cool. Again, like, little things like that. Like, you see, like, the little wheel with the Shy Guys. It adds character. I really, really like that about this track. Unfortunately, though, I'm not the biggest fan of this track. I actually thought it was quite disappointing, and I'll tell you why. First off, there are some drivability issues. You know, first, like, that's a really awkward jump there. That's for starters. This turn here is slightly awkward as well. I couldn't really tell if that was a glider ramp. But yeah, there are a couple of other issues that I have. It'll be easy to explain when I get through to the, you know, the outside again. I like the colours of the ramps. The ramp colours are really cool. And I do like driving on the top of the ruins. That's always a really fun thing to experience. I really wish there was a mini-map. I wish there was a functioning mini-map. I feel like if there was one, I would be a bit more forgiving of this track, because sometimes it is very hard to see where you're going. Even with arrows there are many blind jumps that are a little bit awkward. But I like, also, just before I get into more negatives, I do like the way the track looks. I like the kind of, like, it reminds me a little bit of Misty Lake from Sonic the Black Knight. That's an obscure reference, but if any of you get it, maybe you'll kind of understand the same way I do. But yeah, unfortunately, like, around here, for example, you know, unfortunately the shadows kind of, like, camouflage with the road and the out of bounds. So you can't really see where the turns are. And also, there are a few, like, areas of exploration I feel like you can go to. Like, this here, looks like a path you can go up. And unfortunately, you can't. It doesn't, like, give you much as of explanation. I can, however, go up here. And it doesn't really lead to too much, unfortunately. And there's not even a jump off the end of that. So you can't really explore around there either. You can go up... No, you can't even go up there. And then there's no out-of-bounds section around here. So, you know, I think there are a few things on this track. I think what I can say about this track is that it's a good base. Like, I think this track can really absolutely be something special. It's just, if Cooldunin adds a mini-map, changes the drivability of some, like, things, you know, like, add some arrows maybe, make some turns a little bit more obvious where the off-road is, maybe add a little bit of exploration, and add a little bit of, just add some out-of-bounds zones so you're not just driving through and it just wastes time. But, like, you know, I'm not going to say I'm disappointed again, because I feel like that was a little bit too harsh. This track can definitely be something special. I really like the idea of this track. I think the setting's really, really cool. It's just some technical issues, and I think some, you know, signposting issues, and also just, again, some out-of-bounds issues are definitely something that this track needs. But other than that, it's definitely a very cool baseline. I think, again, this track can be something really, really cool if some more work goes into it. And once again, we have a contender. This is Shipwreck Shaw, made by Rimea, who I believe is a friend of Mara's. And I was talking to her fairly recently. She said that this is the track by her friend. And this is a very cool track. I really like it. Reminds me of Battle for Storm Hill, in a sense, from Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, I believe the game was. I love the urchins kind of rolling around. That's a very cool touch. Rain effects and tracks are something I really, really enjoy. Just in general, I think that's a really cool effect. Like 3DS Neo Cooper City is fantastic for it. The waterfall here, very harsh. It is a little bit too strong, I think, for drivability purposes. I think if they toned down the strength of the waterfall, that section would be a lot easier. Because I want to drift through the waterfall. I think that would be a really cool thing to do. The setting of the track is very, very cool. Like that golden pirate ship up there, very, very cool to see. All the shortcuts. It feels, again, like an official track. You know, actually, you know what it also reminds me of? It kind of feels a little bit like a Diddy Kong Racing track. I don't know why. I just get Diddy Kong Racing vibes from this all of a sudden. Let me know in the comments if you kind of agree with me, how it kind of semi-feels like a Diddy Kong Racing track. But, you know, obviously, like, the anti-grav section here, very cool. If you start, like, all the way at the edge, even if you start all the way at the edge, it's very hard to get a drift going. And I'll show you the shortcut here as well. This shortcut's really cool. But the one issue I have with it is you're kind of going. You take the shortcuts. Oh, okay, I have to turn again. And obviously, you know, if you're going through it like I did, fairly slowly with no mushroom, it's fine. But if you have a mushroom, you're just, like, you know, going through there at the speed of sound, you won't know you won't have enough time to make that last turn. But other than that, it is a very cool track. I do really, really enjoy it. A couple of things I would maybe change, but that's very nitpicky. The track is absolutely stunning. It's really fun to play. And yeah, once again, it's a contender. I'm going to have a very tough time determining the best track of September 2023, for sure. This isn't Mario Kart. What is this? Okay, this is Minecraft Circuit 2 by DigitalXcape. This is, again, a very cool track. If you've seen, again, earlier episodes of the series, you may remember that there was an original Minecraft circuit. Also, I believe this is N64 Rainbow Road made using Minecraft note blocks, which is very, very cool. This track is a little different compared to the first one, because the first one you just explored the overworld biome. In this one, in this one you explore all 3 biomes. You explore the overworld, you explore the nether, and coming up very soon you explore the end. This section, I think, the nether, is definitely my favourite. I am also still very curious to find out if DigitalXcape made this track in Minecraft, or if he just, like, modeled everything, like, on his own. Both are very impressive. I think, like, if he made this in, like, Minecraft and carved out a route, that's insanely impressive. If he, like, did all these textures from scratch, that's also very impressive. It just looks like Minecraft. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Let me see. I don't know if this is a glider ramp or if it's a regular jump. Okay, it's just a regular jump. I think the blue blocks are the new jumps. And then we're in the, well, we're in a dungeon off to the end portal. There it is. And we're in the end. Now, this section is a little bit weird for me because what I found to be a bit of a struggle was the fact that I didn't really know where I was going, because the problem is there's no signposting. I don't want to sound like Troy going, oh, there's no signposting, it makes the track bad. Like, no, I'm not, like, saying the track's bad because there's no signposting. It's just a little bit confusing in this section. Because, again, like, there's nowhere to kind of say where you're meant to be going. So a couple of turns are a little bit awkward. And obviously, again, since I've played this track quite a few times before, you know, I'm able to know where I'm going. But it's just a little bit of a problem when, you know, say you've never played this track before, you don't know where you're going, and it's a little bit confusing. The overworld biome and the nether biome don't have that problem for me, even though, again, they don't have any signposting. Even though, like, well, okay, with the overworld you have little gates which can show where you're going, and it's very clear. The end just doesn't have that, so if DigitalXcape kind of finds a way to, you know, make it a little bit better in terms of, like, you know, signposting so you can tell where you're going a little bit, I think this track would be absolutely phenomenal. I think 2 out of the 3 biomes, though, are absolutely great. The nether is absolutely my favourite out of all of them. And, yeah, can't see what DigitalXcape makes next. Maybe a Minecraft Circuit 3, perhaps. Okay, here is the other Super Smash Pastel track. It is GCN Rainbow. I know it's a GBA Rainbow Road. I'm too used to having GBA Rainbow Road. Look at this! It's Good Egg Galaxy and the Cosmic Observatory. So GCN Rainbow Road here has been given a fresh coat of paint. Again, this is a contender for sure for being one of the better tracks of September. It's absolutely unfathomably cool. Again, taking, it's going down the Mario Kart 7 route of turning, you know, a Rainbow Road track into something from Mario Galaxy. Like, even in Smash, I'm pretty sure in Rainbow Road before. Or, I don't know if it was Mario Kart 7. Actually, no, it might have been Mario Kart 7. I remember it being done in Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. I think it was like, I think it might have been the Winter Olympic Games 2010, where they might have done the ski jump, and it claimed it was going through the Good Egg Galaxy, which is like, extremely cool. But like, I really hope that more Rainbow Roads, especially an official Nintendo game, do something like this, because it's so cool. I absolutely love stuff like this. Just making it, you know, it's fun, it's vibrant, it's just delightful. And yeah, it's, I love the boost inside the tunnel. That's very, very fun. That's extremely cool. But yeah, obviously, you know, like, it's GCN Rainbow Road. It is 3 laps. It is a little bit long. I would cut this one down to 2, maybe even a 1-lapper, if you could extend it out a little bit. But like, you know, I just think 3 laps for GCN Rainbow Road is it's just way too long. But again, the Galaxy theme to this track, all the different planets, the Cosmic Observatory just kind of in the background. Very, very cool. Look how, like, highly it's so detailed as well. I love it. Like, you can see everything. But yeah, maybe tone down the lamps a little bit, and this will be probably one of my favorite Rainbow Roads I've ever played in this series. Definitely an improvement from Wii Rainbow Road shown in this video, and again, can't wait to see. I know I say it for like a lot of CT creators, but I genuinely mean it. I can't wait to see what supersmashpastel does next, because a lot of CT creators, I'm just excited for Mario Kart Deluxe custom tracks. It's thriving right now, and a lot of these tracks are really cool. So yeah, can't wait to see what SmashPastel does next. This track is absolutely phenomenal. Well done. And we finish things off with the return of SniperShell, who has come a long way since he first appeared on this series. This is GCN DK Mountain. Now, the difference between this one and other DK Mountains I've played is that this DK Mountain doesn't try to be anything, you know, modern or like Mario Kart, 8 Deluxe-esque. This is, I believe, based off the Mario Kart Tour version. But it doesn't try to do anything to kind of change things up in terms of, you know, making it more modern. Like the other DK Mountain I've done, I did a GCN tracks video, where, like, you know, oh, what GCN tracks could make it into a Deluxe. And what that one did was they had different paths. You went like through the mountain, which was very, very cool. This one just takes the version from Tour and just kind of puts in a Deluxe. Nothing like super special. But the track drives really nicely. Also, the crack in the floor for the boulders is a very nice touch. Let me see if I can do the shortcut. I think that's something that people want to know. So we go here. Ah, boo! You can't take the shortcut. Oh, that's a shame. But I've mentioned before, not all tracks should be defined about how good they are by their shortcuts. The track looked very pretty. I will grant it that. It's a very pretty track. Shooting off the bridge at the end is a very cool touch. It's, you know, it feels very, you know, similar, obviously, to how it felt in the original, in Double Dash, and even in Mario Kart Wii it feels somewhat similar. And, yeah, the glider section is quite long. I would maybe, if it was me, I would maybe use the really fast cannon that you have in DK Summit to kind of get to this area quicker. I don't quite know how you'd manage to implement that, but there's probably a way of doing that. But yeah, other than that, the track is very, very cool. I like how just detailed and fun it is. It's definitely widened out compared to other DK Mountains I've seen. And yeah, other than that, it's a very cool track. SniperShell should be impressed with himself. Okay, you can't take that section either. That's a slight problem. Maybe fix that. Can we take this section? Or is this also a bit of a busted flush? No, okay. So you can take that zip around, but you can't take the other one. But yeah, maybe if you want to, you can make the shortcut possible. That's up to SniperShell though. I would fix the that first zipper as well. But yeah, other than that, really, really cool track. And yeah, really good end to the month, I think. There's so many good tracks this month. It's going to be really hard picking out a best one. It's going to be really, really hard. And my favorite track made last month is GBA Lakeside Park. Simply put, this is the best version of Lakeside Park I've ever seen. While there were plenty of other strong tracks this time around, like Delfino Square, High Cathedral, and Shipwreck Shaw, I didn't play a track that made me feel quite as happy and joyous as Lakeside. Going through the volcano is a really nice touch, and the track drives really nicely, with all the little shortcuts and routes being fun side quests to find. Plus the track just looks really stunning, which is why GBA Lakeside Park is my favourite track made in September. What was your favourite track made last month? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you all very soon. Peace.